The German economy. How can it continue to prosper? In the interview, the German economics minister, Brüderle.
Mr. Brüderle, 20 years after German reunification, in the aftermath of the biggest financial crisis since 1929, Germany is now experiencing another economic miracle. Why is that?
We've done a lot of things right. People are very hard-working. We have a major restructuring process in the German economy behind us, affecting companies of all sizes. And we had exactly the right range of products at the right time. Germany supplies the whole world with capital goods, machines, vehicles, everything that was needed. And our businesses also worked very hard. They fought for their contracts. Within firms, we have good labour relations. Works councils have played their part. Unions have been very moderate, and government policy played its part. We're getting a boost from exports, selling our goods across the world, and the profits are driving the domestic economy. Last year, 2/3 of factors driving domestic growth strengthened. This year, it will be over 80%.
Has the structure of the German economy, with its strong mid-sized companies and strong manufacturers, helped it to cope better with the financial crisis, more so than in other European economies or the US?
Yes, I think our flexibility and adaptability is strong because this mid-sized sector is a German speciality. Let's take the auto sector as an example. We don't build the cheapest cars in the world, but the best. Why is that? Well, it's because we have a unique cluster of big and well-known makers like Mercedes, BMW and Audi. Their real net output may only be about 20% of the manufacturing. The remaining 80% is done by highly specialized, medium-sized firms, ones that are world leaders in their market niche. On top of that, with these top-of-the-range cars, nearly 60% of outlay goes on information technology, electronics and sensors. So we're selling an information and communication system on 4 wheels, and things will continue in this direction.
2010 was a really good year. This one looks good too, as does the next one. Is the upswing sustainable?
Yes, it is sustainable because we've managed to keep the economy on an even keel. But we have to activate the necessary resources. We can run out of skilled workers pretty fast, and unfortunately we have poor demographics. This means too few children. Currently every woman has 1.2 children, while we actually need 2.2.
That doesn't sound that good statistically either.
No, but it points to the trend of a shrinking population. And that's why we have to mobilize what we've got. We have 20% of young people with no training. That needs to be improved. These are people who often come from immigrant families and speak poor German. This needs to be improved. We also need to get women more interested in technical vocations. On top of that, there's been a paradigm shift. When many firms used to downsize, the first to go were workers over the age of 55. But now many older workers are being asked to stay on in their jobs. And we need some high-quality immigration. Right now, Germany needs 36,000 engineers, 65,000 IT specialists, men and women.
In your view, is Germany attractive for immigrants, for engineers, IT specialists and doctors?
I think so, but clearly we have to persuade people of this. Germany is a country that functions well overall with stable internal relations. It's also a country where people earn well, especially with the economy the way it is now. But we also need to give quicker recognition to foreign qualifications. So in future, I would hope that the taxi driver who studied engineering will be able to work as an engineer.
The economic situation is good, but as the government has said, the budget has to be consolidated, debts need to be reduced, and dangers lurk in a few places, like the Euro bailout deal. Are you afraid that we're actually going to have to pay out for Greece and Ireland, and maybe even Portugal as well?
We have to do it right. We're in a phase where the Stability and Growth Pact must be reinforced. It was created along with the introduction of the euro to ensure the stability of the euro. We had promised the people of Germany that the new euro would be just as stable as the old Deutschmark. A market economy only works when prices reflect supply and demand. Unlike in a planned economy, we do not tax from above, but rather on the demand side, reflected in prices that have to function. It's called consumer sovereignty, and a stable currency is socially important. The greatest socio-political injustice is inflation, because it's low earners with few assets who are worst affected. That's why we need a stable currency. Stability and growth have to be reinforced. And a central task is to help other states within the Eurozone that have budget problems or are threatened with bankruptcy to win some time. They need to use this time to sort out their problems. The main cause in Greece is a lack of competitiveness in the economy, so they need to pick things up there. These things have to be tackled together. Yes, to help, we can talk about the time frame, but the time must be used to deal with the cause of the difficulties, the lack of competitiveness.
It's probably taken as a political given that Europe must stick together in these tough times. Does this have to be conveyed to the German people who feel like the paymasters?
It's not just Germany, though. Everyone has to understand it. If you look at the emerging markets like China, India, Brazil or Russia, they make up nearly 2/3 of global economic activity. Then Europe has to be present, stick together and up the ante. Many journalists are saying that Europe looks a bit sickly. That's why there is no way back. The euro has to stay. European development must be maintained and strengthened, but we have to do it right so that we can keep pace with the new economic zones around the world. To maintain our standard of living, reach full employment, which has become possible again in Germany. This all needs difficult discussions and decisions. Setting the wrong course simply to keep the peace is what we and Europe do not need.
As economics minister, you can proclaim good numbers at the moment. Is the financial crisis over, in your view?
No, it's not. We have to change the rules of the game. We have banned certain products like naked short selling because they are purely speculative. They are speculating with dollars even though they don't have any. And we're tightening up bank oversight. It will be combined at the Bundesbank and BaFin, the finance regulator, and made stronger. We have European oversight, financial market oversight for the first time together with national regulators. Things have to continue on the Basel III front. Banks have to be better equipped with their own capital for lending, become stronger and more robust. We have to find global rules that fit. And that is the hard bit, because of the fierce competition among New York, London, and in continental Europe, Frankfurt and Paris.
Mr. Brüderle, thank you for the interview.